Hey everyone, this is Dave Cooper and we are in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Housing Innovation Alliance Summit, and we are talking to women who are in the construction industry, support the construction industry, and learning about her stories. And today I'm standing with Mollie Carmichael from Meyers Research. Mollie, tell us what you do with Meyers.
So I'm a principal with Meyers Research. I spend a lot of my time on the consumer side, really throughout the country, helping to bring forward the importance of the consumer decision, to whether it's acquisition, what to build, and all parts related to the product piece of it. But again, based on what they want and what they'll pay for.
Yeah, and so how long have you been part of the construction world in general?
You know, it's scary to say, but it's been over 30 years.
Okay. And in the 30 years, can you share some stories of, if you're a female, did you have any difficult times?
You know, it's interesting. I would tell you the big thing for me is I never really thought about that aspect of it. I mean, I really just came to the table, worked as hard as I could, and if I could make a difference, my goal was really how much information and what can I do to move this forward. And there was a point at which I looked around, not often, but where I was like, wow, I'm the, in some cases I was the only female at the table, but I would tell you most of the time I never really thought about that aspect of it.
Yeah, and you didn't feel any different than anybody else sitting at the table, right?
And nobody ever really made me feel different. There were a couple of occasions, and it's funny, geographically sometimes I'll notice it because I consult throughout the country now. Sometimes I'll see a greater emphasis on that part of it, but for the most part I would say I never saw it as an obstacle, I guess, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I am. So, and let me ask you this then, as a woman in the industry, what would you see as one of the greatest things that maybe the industry could change?
Good question. That's a loaded question, and I would say that could be like a 6-hour answer. But I do believe oftentimes we work a lot in silos. In other words, I am responsible for X, so I'm only going to focus on X. And I think as an industry, we always have to be looking at, what are we trying to solve for? What's the big picture? What do I believe in? And now let's get the best people that do these things together, collaborate. And so I'm going to say the collaborate, the why, and the who.
Okay.
And then together get to just a better answer. And last but not least, part of what I love about the Alliance is just focusing on pushing the industry forward on new innovation, and not focusing so much on the size component, but how do we just make life better?
Right.
And it's got to be focused on life better.
Right. And in your opinion, would you like to see more women coming into our industry and playing a bigger role in it? Because it is predominantly male, right?
So I think it's been historically more of a male-dominant world, oftentimes because a lot of the leaders grew up in the construction, in the field and some of that stuff too. I'm less focused on men versus women than I am just smart people that want to work hard and make a difference, and I just don't think that part should matter. And I would tell you that's just been my philosophy through my whole career, and I think it's just sometimes I will look around and go, wow, but for the most part, it's I just be smart.
Yeah, and work hard, right? And that's really what anybody has to do.
Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly. Figure out how you can help.
Right. Well, there you have it, everyone. Mollie Carmichael, Meyers Research.
Thank you, sir.
Mollie, it's been wonderful having you. We are at the Housing Innovation Alliance Summit in Scottsdale, Arizona.
It's beautiful.
Hope to see you next year for those who have not attended yet.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.